It's C-Doc again.
Yes, y'all. It is Tuesday night. It is Tuesday night. And I was going to cue up music. And there it is. Welcome again. It's C-Doc again. Oh, jeez. This is not the beginning of the show that I envisioned, but crazy stuff. This is our 1-year anniversary of the show. Thanks to everybody who tunes in and watches. Everybody who watches on the replay, thank you so much. And if you dig it, like and subscribe, please. We appreciate it. There's a lot of great stuff coming on the channel anyway. And we got a lot to get into tonight. And yes, so I'm going to... oh, by the way, my name is C-Doc. I'm the host of the show. I'm a producer, filmmaker, and the president of the Spit Slam record label group. I'm going to bring on my co-host so we can get down to it. Our social media manager from the land down under Louisville, Kentucky, So Chuckified.
What up, y'all? What up? Happy 1-year
Captain?
anniversary.
1-year anniversary, bro.
Sending positive vibes out to everybody tonight, unless you voted red. If not, you can kiss my ass.
That's right. Hopefully, everybody voted today. East Coast people. West Coast people still have time. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Get the blue wave going. And also tonight, our lady from the heyday of K-Day, our West Coast connection, got her start in rap radio, KDAY. Jennifer Jenny. What's
What up?
That's it. Good to see you.
That would be me.
That would be you.
Jenny, I got a little surprise for you tonight.
Oh, God.
You know, you're not the only one that's got the nail game that's strong, baby.
Oh, Lord.
Wow. Look, we got new site with hot girls for the 1-year anniversary.
All right.
Lord.
69 Biz. Let me take them out of here. Let's block them real quick. So my daughter turned 9 this week, and she was like, I want to paint your nails. I was like, let's do it.
There you go.
Blue. Got to go blue. So.
All righty.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to your daughter.
Ultraman 7. Come on, man. That's what
of-
you do for your kids.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of happy birthdays, we need to send a big, huge happy birthday to one Mr. MC Delight, here to state the bottom line.
Nice.
Oh.
Happy birthday, D.
Happy birthday.
Absolutely.
We also have to send good vibes and prayers to the families of Hurricane G.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly passed. And Tame One from Artifacts. Unexpectedly passed. So,
And you know what today is?
Today is the anniversary of Heavy D's passing.
Yep.
Dude, we lost too many. Too many
soldiers. Got to do it.
Yep.
Got to get it done while we can. Got to do what we can. So
Life is so short.
Life is so short. But I'm also. I'm gonna get nerdy tonight. I hope he doesn't mind. I'm gonna skip the obvious questions because I got this guy. We're gonna bring on our guest. This guy's a hero to me. One of Jen. Don't come on now. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to keep it together. Nah, this guy's a legend. Amen. You see the records behind me, and just one of the best to ever do it. I'd say hip hop to the core. If you follow him on Instagram, he's always juggling break beats and stuff. He's produced some just legendary music. His debut with Main Source, come on, certified classic. What else can we say about this guy? I don't know. But we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna get into some of the stuff about his career and music and his approach and everything like that. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Extra P, the large professor.
Oh, what up in the building? What's up, y'all?
LP.
Yeah, in the building.
That's what's up.
Large Pro, for those who don't know. How are you, sir?
Everything good, man. We here, man. In NYC, man, holding it down.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you got the Beats
Yeah.
Volume 3 in the background?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the latest project that just released.
That's the latest, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Speaking of the Beats project, I had it queued up. I'll play it later, but from Volume 2, I Can't Stop is one of the dopest beats ever.
Funky, yeah.
Funky,
yeah,
so
yeah.
funky.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to tell you a real quick story. When I first got that CD, my son Davey, he's 11 now, but he was in preschool, and I used to play it. I used to play that nonstop on the way to go to take him to preschool. And so he goes in and he's like, "Dad, who's this?" I was Large Professor, and he's like, "Professor Large?" I'm like, "Well, Large Professor." And he's like, okay. So he goes into yeah, right. So he goes into school and he's telling all his teachers that he's Professor Large, and they're like, "Who?" And he's like, "I'm Professor Large," and they're like, "Who's that?" And then he's like, "He makes music."
That's crazy.
Right? And so the teachers looked you up online.
Wow.
So I came to pick him up.
Yeah.
And his teacher came up to me. She goes, Davey was saying he was this guy, Large Professor, and this rap guy. Is that who he's talking about? I'm like, yep, that's who he's talking about. Wow. And they were just like,
oh, so. Man, yo, God bless him. Definitely. He's out there promoting early.
Yeah, man. Yep, he's getting started early on.
Peace and blessings. Word.
Yes.
Oh, man. That's funny because my niece, she used to go to school and tell him that she was the niece of Big Professor. Oh. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. That works too. Oh, that's great.
My God.
So, yes, that's the latest. Beats is the latest project. You've been busy, man. So
yeah, man, traveling, just getting out there into the world in the hip hop. I mean, because it's obvious hip hop is everywhere now. So
yes,
just really touching all the communities, you know, face to face, and just rocking with the people and giving them that original recipe hip hop, man. Like that's what has my heart excited right now. So I'm just running with that.
That's beautiful. You were I saw you live once in Pittsburgh. You were DJing. I think you were doing a 7-inch set, maybe. Possibly.
Yeah. I definitely like to run out with the vinyl for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That was back at a spot called Shadow Lounge.
Of course, yeah. That's big up my man Selector, definitely, man.
Yep, Mr. Shadow Lounge, man.
Yeah, that was a nice spot. Yeah, nice,
dope spot.
I met a lot of cool people there too, man. That I still know to this day. Word.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. Pittsburgh got some dope peoples and digging spots too, because I know you go. Man, I know you go to Jerry's and
God bless Jerry. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. So anyway, let's get into it. Chuck, I'm gonna turn it over. So Chuckified, you got a question before it? Because if you just let me go, I'm just gonna ask all kinds of things.
I know you are. Yeah.
So if you want to jump in real quick before I get started.
Yeah. So I first of all, thanks for coming on the show.
Yo, absolutely, man. Hip hop. You know, we got to do this hip hop for real.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. So what was the reasoning behind you not taking Nas's nod to you as executive producer on Illmatic?
Well, I mean, it was never really spoken about. Like he never came to me and said, "Yo, I want you to executive produce." Like, what the hell did we know about executive production? You know what I mean, like we dudes from the street and stuff like that. So that's really my answer to it is like. At that time, I was just into making beats and wanting to like make my records. And, you know, the exec thing, I had a natural knack for it. Honestly, I had a natural knack for it, but it wasn't the shoes that I wanted to fill at the time. I wanted to fill my artist shoes, you know, so I could have told the exec, you know, like I was constantly telling people like, yo, you know, what would be ill to do this. And, you know, a lot of those ideas came into fruition and made people a lot, you know, that kind of thing. Like, so, but I mean, you know, maybe now, but, you know, back then that wasn't what I was in it for.
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
heavily influenced that album, obviously, and
Yeah,
it seems like everything you touch is gold, dude. I mean,
man, appreciate it. Word,
yeah,
definitely. Grace
yeah.
of God, definitely.
Going back, let's take it back to back to the beginning, of course. To main source, you know. Of course, that wasn't it. Well, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not even the beginning, because I gotta ask you, because everybody that comes on the show that got to work with Paul C, I gotta ask about Paul C, because people have to know about Paul C, and not enough people know about him. He was your guy. He was your, you know, tell us what it was like learning from Paul C, man. Because Paul C, God bless, was not here long enough. And I really think he just would have like been one of the great names had he had more time on this earth.
Yeah, man. Just, oh man, Paul was a gift from God, like, to this planet, like, and to hip hop. Like, man, like, just a dude that made such funky beats. And at the time, like, hip hop was predominantly like black and Hispanic, you know, and for him to be a white guy, like, making ill beats, like, it was unheard of. It was like one of one type stuff. Like, people were coming from all over the world to come see him, and just like, and I was amongst that. And he took a liking to me. Like, you know, I would come in with my records and have certain ideas, and he would, like, because that's how we did production in those days. Like, dudes would, because everyone didn't have a drum machine. Those drum machines cost mad money, so it was like, you gotta go to the studio, you know, that kind of thing. So he took a liking to me, man, and kind of like showed me what the drum machine, and the ideas I was bringing. That's what I was saying. The ideas I was bringing, he was like, yo, this is a L idea. Like, I'm like, yo, put this with the Isaac Hayes drums and that. And then once he would hook it up, he'd be like, yo, this is kind of L right here. Like, yo, come see me, you know, afterwards. Like, and so I would wind up, like, I would call him here and there, and he'd be like, yo, I'm in the studio with these guys, and, you know, come through right now, you know. And I would get on the bus and go see him in Jamaica. I was in Flushing, and you know, he would have me sitting with an early Pharoahe Monch and an early Prince Poe, you know, when they were STP and stuff like that. Like, these were the guys he was working with, that he had on deck. Like, yo, these are the guys that I'm getting ready to come out with, you know, type. And he was just cutting edge in every way, you know, musically, just in life, and just life in general. He was just always cutting edge and just real peaceful and cool with it, like, and a beast, man. Like, he made Do the James, like, he engineered, hooked it up, man. That's the illest and Peace the President drums ever sounded. Like, just artists, like, craziest. So his engineering prowess was ill too. Like, he, you know, he could, and he played bass. And you know, the Paul C. McCasty, definitely, you know, a name that ring bells as long as I'm alive. Or my man Paul C. Definitely.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. And I heard he was a humble dude too, because it's like you find out more that, like, he worked on projects that he wasn't necessarily credited on. Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, Paul C worked on that.
Yeah, so that's how the industry was back then. You know, a lot of background work and dudes, you know, not getting credited. You know, just, you know, that's just what it was back then. And yeah, he got a couple of them ghost productions, and, you know, where he actually hooked the beat, but this one got, you know, that kind of stuff. It's all good, but we know who's who and what's what.
Right. And you had some of those too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The early Cold Chillin' days.
Oh, Cold Chillin' always show love, but, you know, it was other dudes that I work with that, you know what I'm saying, like, I guess, I don't know, they must have ran out of ink, you know, at the print center or something. Like, I don't know, man. I didn't get credit for certain things, you know, but it's all good. You know, the world, the people who are into that, they know who's who and what's what.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, we always we're trying to tell the stories, man. We're trying to preserve these stories
for
for
sure,
the future generations too.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
They can always learn.
Yo, even if they don't know the characters in the work, just the general stories, like, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely one to grow on for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Indeed. So, how did you and I know you've told this story before, but briefly tell everybody how you got together with the Main Source guys, with Sir Scratch and K Cut, and came together to form Main Source.
Sir Scratch and K Cut, the brothers, the McKenzie brothers, they were in the same school as me in John Bound High School. And it was just a high school thing. It was like a hobby after school thing. Everybody go over somebody's crib who got the turntables, bring some records, you know, and cut things up. And, you know, after a while, we needed an MC. So it was like, yo, you know, I've always been writing ever since I heard Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, the show. So I'm like, yo, I always got rhymes and just things that so I kind of put the turntable things down and just like picked up the mic for the group. And we started going in the studio, and that's when we met Paul C. And we had these ideas, and yo, just took flight. It was nice, you know. It was nice how it went down, but it was a high school thing. It was like a hobby.
Oh, that's dope. And you guys signed to Wild Pitch.
Yeah.
How now? I always also ask, because we've had some other Wild Pitch artists on here. How was your Wild Pitch experience?
In retrospect, when I think about Wild Pitch, it was great. You know, it was great because Stu Fine was cutting edge, Amy Fine was cutting edge. Like, they did so much with so little, you know, and Stu Fine's ears and his knowledge of, like, yo, nah, that guy or these guys, like, you know, you look at his track record of people he signed, like Chill Rob G, UMCs, you know, a ladder, Ultramagnetic, you know, like, Entice, like, he got a lot of official, like, the Wild Pitch catalog is official.
Official. The first Gangstar record.
Gangstar, please don't, come on, Positivity. I just caught a copy of Positivity in Rhode Island.
Dope.
I love that record, man.
That joint is so dope.
Yep.
That's what's up. So how long did it take you guys to record the Breaking Atoms record?
I remember us going in the studio all during the summer. It was I was going to summer school. I think we were all going to summer school because we was like bullshitting all during school, like cutting school, going to studios and like going to DJ. You know, I was getting crazy with the records. Like, dudes were starting to bring, like, people would bring me records to school. Like, I just dip out of school, go home and listen to the records, you know, so that kind of thing. So we were all in summer school, but it was like really like I could say we started in summer and we ended in I remember we ended with barbecue, and that was in the winter. It was like maybe like December, January, so maybe like half a year.
And that was like 1990.
Yeah, 90, yeah.
Because I think the record came out in 91, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The original, they have it on Wikipedia as coming out in July 23rd or something like that. But the original came out, I think, like maybe around January, February of 91. Yeah, the original.
Yeah, shout out to Dart Adams for doing the research. And,
Dart is thorough, man.
He is very thorough.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Definitely, we need some like thorough, like historians in the building.
Yep, keep the dates correct. And then did you guys tour behind the record?
Yeah, we did some light touring. It was nice, man. We did a promo tour. That's the one that Jay-Z was talking about in the Takeover. We talking about you was on tour with Large Professor and all of that. We did the promo tour with Jazzo and UMCs. You know, we had an early Irv Gotti on that tour. You know, a lot of the people who became the big dogs, you know what I'm saying, was out there. You know, they was in the cut behind behind backstage and things like that. You know, it was funny. It was cool though. You know, back in those days, like yeah, we did a little bit of overseas. Definitely, you know, the UK wanted to see us. It was light, but then you know everything just kind of dissipated, and that was that.
Oh, okay.
That was
Gotcha.
that.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause for a moment before I get back into more questions because I got to bring on someone who wanted to stop by tonight. He's my partner. You know him. He knows you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chuck D.
Oh man. Yes.
Hey,
big bro. What's up?
What's up? What's up, bro? Bro, yo, man, I had to get my large professor look on tonight. Oh, what's up? What's up? Yeah, man. You know, the thing about these shows, man, I be enjoying them, watching them from the green room.
Yeah.
That when it's time to come on it, then that's the end of my watching and enjoying it. And usually Tuesday night is the night I be in transit, but here I am, man. I'm tackled by Novid. I got to call it something else, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I had a 24-hour bout with Novid. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
But when you said, you know, my immune system is built up on touring, so it's just a matter of orange juice.
We about that life. We know how to get that off. Like,
yo, get it off is the number one. You cannot. The number one rule I tell everybody. You cannot get sick on the road.
Nah, that's serious. Yeah, that's serious. You shouldn't. I mean, you know, after a little bit of experience, you shouldn't get sick on the road. You should know. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was down in Alabama, and I hadn't gotten Novid yet. After 3 years of moving around and traveling and boom, 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 boom. And I was down there doing this thing with Alabama and Huntsville for 8 hours. And meeting with all the high schools earlier. So that's probably where it came from, the high schools. And I took 1,000 pictures. Oh, and I'm like, yo, what am I doing? You know, and then that night it was an adult banquet. So, you know, I just knew that it wasn't going to be but a pretty picture. But here I am, man. Here I am.
Oh, man.
With you on the show, the anniversary show. Big ups to everybody. Jock and Jenny and Chuck. And here we go. So yeah, I was just listening in the back, but I wanted to salute the King Master, right? That we call the largeness of Professor.
Appreciate you, bro, man. I appreciate you for real. Yo, it's funny because, you know, I'm still a digger, man. So I'll be digging, and I just caught a copy of, and I never had this, but I caught a copy of Public Enemy #1, and Q-Tip always told me that he got the drums from the single, because I was like, man, how'd you get them drums? Like. And I just got a copy of that, man. And man, yo, what a classic and what a privilege to be speaking to you, man. Because I was in Lakeview when that dropped, man. Lakeview, bro. So man, I was amongst the energy, man. I was feeling all body for real.
Yeah, man. Well, you know the whole thing, man. Hearing Doc ask you about the Stu Fine days. And just the wild pitch that, you know, we went in on whatever we could find back in them days, whatever we could find, because for 9 hours that we had at WBAU, we didn't have enough records to cover Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
You talking about that? Oh man,
Spectrum City, and then another thing that you talk about that Public Enemy #1 track. They made that was an acetate. They made like a bootleg single that had a bootleg record that had the drums, and they kind of magnified the drums and put like, I think New Edition through it. So it was like reach out. You got that?
Yeah.
You got that? You got to send a copy of it over. Yes, son. Here we are. Yo.
QB, that's your hometown, paying homage to you, big bro. You know I know the story, man.
Whoa.
QB, man. That's high day, man. Yeah, that's the high
day. My goodness. Yeah, we could, you know, like I said, man, since then, man, records have gone, disappeared, crates have been rearranged. Yeah. You know, cats have went this way and that way or whatever. And I said, man, look, and every time I talk about that little bootleg record, that's almost like damn near talking about Bozo Miko.
Yeah, you know Bozo Miko, yeah, the James Brown joint. You know, I know it's the green joint.
I'm telling you, when you say these things, it's like nobody knows what the hell you talking about. I said, Bozo Miko, man. took me a long way, and when they made that bootleg record, we used it in our first 2 years of shows.
Yo, Rakim had the green coolers back.
Oh,
he had the green coolers back. Word, I still got copies to this day. Yeah, man.
Oh,
you know, Stevie Blass. I think they said Stevie Blass used to work at one of them pressing plants or something like that. So
Stevie Blass was he's one of the underrated heroes of Strong Island hip hop. And Stevie Blass is one dude. He kind of bridged Queens, Nassau, and Suffolk all together into one stripe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Nobody talked about Stevie Blass with Rakim.
Yeah,
boy,
that's a guy, man, for real. My man Stevie Blass, for real.
Man, yeah. Got to send us a copy of that, you know, just to hear it again, man.
Absolutely, for sure, man. So many bangers, man. Like and even like Don't Believe the Hype. I mean, I could keep going, man. Like, yo, when Terminator to the Exit, yo, you know the joint I'm talking about, where the joint
Exit Panic.
Oh my God, like, yo.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, when Enjoy, when Pumpkin did those beats for Enjoy, like Love Rap and all that.
Music, Love Rap.
Man,
no mute. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That was like what you call buttermilk, man. It's like, don't put a beat down there. Don't bump, and you know, and we would be like, maybe could go in maybe 2 seconds and see if we could spread it out in accent. But we had ideas, Large Professor, in '85 that we was afraid to touch because we used to be like, yo, man, we'll get sued for that. Well, back then we was like, no, we can't do that. We don't even know if that shit is legal or not, man, you know?
Yo, but just, and this is what I always tell people, man, just the things we were doing, man, was just so magnetic that it was like they had to, you know, somebody was like, yo, I got to get behind this, man, and make sure this gets out to the world. So we good bread, man. We good for life, man. I'm glad we took them steps to, you know, put it out there because it spawned a whole, you see R&B using our tactics now, all other genres, man, country music, all of that sampling and using break beats and quietly. I hate little baby commercials using break beats, man. Like hip hop has done incredible things, man, for the industry, for sure.
Why do you think, man, a lot of people, because right now on this show, just your enthusiasm is bleeding all over. It's like anybody talk to you about sounds, rhyming, rapping, records, beats, and it seemed like the enthusiasm you have, of course, it's eons before the bag. We call it the bag wagons. You know what I'm saying? Eons before the bag wagon. But it's just like the enthusiasm when you talk about it, and do people like look at you like, damn, what the hell, man? I mean, why are you so happy?
Yo, nah, I mean, I'm just full of this culture and, you know, the beats, the funk, you know, I used to chill on Nassau, you know what I mean? I was out there giving dudes pounds, saying what's up, you know, and things like that, man. I've been all, you know, so I'm about that life, you know what I'm saying? So when I go out here and I represent, you know, and that's what we do. And you know, I don't get no complaints. People rock with me, man. We've been out. We was just out in Denver. We tend to. I was just out there in Houston with Paul. We just did the Ghetto Boys Reloaded podcast, man. I was Will and Face, man, for real. So you know, I'm out here just, you know, we got Hip Hop 50 coming up next year, man. I want to represent, man, for real, and the right way, man, like how. From the ground. I mean, just the other day I was in Rhode Island. I had Terminology and his man Easy Money, you know, big selectors click. And I told him, I said, yo, hey, I'm cutting up this record. Why don't you grab the mic and just spit something like how we used to, you know? And they obliged. They was like, yo, boom, we put something down. You know what I'm saying? We got nice little, you know, from the gathering, you know, they was like, okay, y'all doing that original recipe thing right there. And, you know, we just rocked it. And that's really what I want to spread, man, because I think the industry and making records and people in little cuts and able to do these little things kind of, you know, it gave a little So now it's going out there and actually touching the turntables and the mics and doing it how we originally did it, you know, where you had to go out there and be somewhat of a gladiator and stand on the front line. You know, you wasn't behind no, you know, like I always loved that part of hip hop, you know, and that's what I was always beefing about my songs. I'm like, yo, you faking the funk, like, yo, it's like that. So I'm you know, I'm out here instead of doing that. I've already stated all of that. So now I'm gonna go out and just give an example of what I'm talking about, and that's what I try to do on IG. Like when I'm busting off shots every day, like with these records, man, like just cutting up beats and. Yo, it's just like let's keep it funky. We know where this come from, and like somebody represent, and I'm here for that.
Wow, it's good to be the large professor all over the world, man. You know, it's just like, you know, the last week it was just so disheartening with the murder of Takeoff.
Takeoff, man.
And then, you know, I mean, we talk about like what happened with Hurricane Z and Tame One,
man.
You know, and the fact is that I'm on Rap Station. I do a weekly show, And You Don't Stop, and I play so much music by Large Professor and Terminology and also Tame One and you know, and Static Selector.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, you know, with all that going and seeing like Designer on the gram last week talking about like, I got to get out of this thing, yo man, I got to quit this thing, quit. Yeah, that is that thing. But the thing you talking about, when I tell people about the stories,
fun. What we do bring fun. It bring togetherness. It like, you know, and I even say, my bad, not to even cut you, but there's one thing that I noticed is like just even the frequencies, man. Like when you hear like some of these like, it's like, man, what you going like? You gonna only feel like, you know, it's like we came with that, but it was with a certain tempo and a certain like, I don't know, just a bounce to it that just, you know, like this stuff now, I mean, just musically just sounds like really dark and like, I don't know, like, and I get the best of it. Like some of it is hot where I hear like, all right, that's an ill lyricist, or like that's an ill beat, or that's an ill song. But like a lot of, you know, where like we just come from more closer to the root of this, man, where it was just like that peace, love, unity, having fun type, you know, and just flipping and, you know, the DJ cutting and getting busy, man. Like that's what I love to this day.
Yeah, there's a difference between, you know, putting an ugly face on you and having it being an ugly vibe. You know, the stuff that you do, put an ugly face like, woo, you know, that type of thing, right?
Like, yeah. Yo, man, the youngins, I ain't scared, man. I won't go represent the youngins. I played in front of the youngins, everything, man, and they all come up. They like, yo, OG, you know, they hit me with the OG, the Unk and all that. Yo, yo, what's that, right? You're like, yo, and I'm like, yo, nah, this, and I swear to you, like, just going out here and showing them like firsthand and it being official too, like, nah, this is official. This ain't no dude that's like, you know, so, oh man, it's just the greatest, man. It's the greatest, man. And just being inspired by you catching that record the other day and just like constantly doing it, man. You know, I'm my heart is excited and full, man. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm thankful.
My heart is thankful for the track that you did for us. I wish I could have got Flavor to be more involved on it.
Yeah, yo, I wish. So much, man. I listened to it. And then Mega was on it, man. He's like, yo,
Mega killed it, man. And it's just like, but you know, Flav, you know, I mean, that's a whole other thing. You want to, I say it's so easy for you with your voice if you put a little bit of work in it.
Yeah.
But he's a visual character, man.
He was like, oh, I want them lyrics to hit like a Mack truck when it, you know, I remember the email. It was like, yo, I was like, man, this is the inside. These are the insides of like the workings, the inner workings of like Chuck D's writing. Like he was like, yo, I want the lyrics to sound like a Mack truck is hitting them. I was like, man,
it was so dope. I wanted Flavor to come up with lyrics and Or if
Yeah.
somebody else write for him and don't
Man,
shadow me all the time.
Maybe we can do another one, man.
Maybe we could do another one. But you got I mean, moving him is like moving the C-Doc knows. Moving him is like moving the albatross from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic.
Yep.
It could just be you and I, big bro. It ain't nothing, man, for real.
It ain't nothing for me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like Doc is right there. He knows, like, yo, man, boom, knock this out,
Okay.
bam. And then you go back and say, yo, Chuck, I think this need to be. Well, that's how it was beautiful with me and Primo worked last. You know, me and Primo.
Man. I love you, man. I love your take, man. And I got this joint. I got a joint so far that I got with my man, Black Poet. It's crazy. I got another joint with my homegirl Star. You know Star. I know you know
Star. Yeah. Oh yeah, Star from Atlanta. Barbarella.
Yeah. Too. That's kind of nice,
man. Right? She was my record of the year last year.
I was gonna say that was your joint, right?
That was the record of the year. Yeah, you know, this year my record of the year is MS he's from Mississauga up in Toronto.
Yeah, that's where the main source is from.
Yeah. Woo.
From Mississauga.
Oh man, that's Canada. My record of the year this year. But anytime you need me, man, just holler, man, and I'll dial it in, man.
Oh man, thank you, man.
Thank you.
And for real, man. QB to Flushing out to LI, man. You know I know, man.
That's a rare story that nobody knows. Like and the thing about it, I remember living in. See, my brother and sisters. My sister's a year younger, and my brother's 3 years younger. So they don't really remember. Like this is like a first place that we lived. My mother and father from Harlem. So when they was able to move out, that was the first place that was available, and it was like, oh, we going to Long Island. But I'm 2 to 3 years old. I mean, really. But I do remember like. My mom's walking us to the river, and I remember where our apartment was, and it's right underneath the bridge. And then we went over there further into Queens, where my grandparents lived in South Ozone Park. But I remember the first 3 years of my life, we was in the Queensbridge apartment. It was the Queensbridge apartments. Then later on became the Queensbridge projects. Houses. But the thing about it is that people, they talk projects and they talk apartments. You know that in New York City, when they made the projects and the apartments that later on became condominiums, they were the same type of buildings.
The same template.
The same template, the same materials.
It ain't nothing different, man.
No. Now later on, you go to Rego Park, you see the same, but they condos and white folk out there and they live, it's the same materials, man. So it's funny. It just taught you about how the mentality and the conditions are different and looking at it. But
owning things, for sure.
Yeah, zoning and all that stuff. So we were like, I remember that as an infant, and being there. Then later on in the 80s, when Shan and Marley Marl and Roxanne Shante on the Mr. Magic show, I was like, Queensbridge, wow. So now Queensbridge is muscling their way in. Okay.
Man. Serious, man.
But you were definitely one of the flag carriers and one of the superstars that took Queens around the world, though.
Man, I appreciate that, man. We's out there loud and proud. I mean, just with what we knew and what we knew how to do, you know what I'm saying? And just making it happen. And to this day, man, I'm so appreciative to hip hop culture, man. Just like I spoke to Grandmaster Kaz a little earlier today, and just to be able to speak to y'all brothers, man, like I'm totally there with that. I ain't on that old school, new school. Like I still, like what y'all did, man, is still vibrant, like totally in my heart. Like it's still fresh and new, man. Like it ain't, it's still fresh and new. I mean, cause I'm out here DJing too. So,
okay.
And you see the youngins still, come on, man, this is etched in stone, man. Like y'all brothers is like, and for me to be like someone to follow in the footsteps, like Q-Tip told me the stories of like going on tour with you and the knowledge you used to drop on them and things like that, man. I'm like, damn, I wish I'd have been there with bro Chuck. Like,
Yeah, I always gotta try to figure that one out because from him to Will Smith and everybody like, yo, Chuck, we were all afraid of you, man. We didn't want to mess up. I'm like, really? I mean, I wasn't like that, yo. Yo, you was like a camp counselor, yo, and
Crazy.
like, okay, man. I guess, but you know, I guess.
How were you a camp counselor, Chuck? How were you a camp counselor?
No, we would just lay down the rules because we were older than them. So naturally, as older, you travel as a troop. You go to these places, and you just want to tell cats, listen, you know, we got to kind of be accountable because the number one thing is that y'all still like kind of 21, 19, 18. And the most important thing to do is you got to come back home. Your people's got to see you. So don't get stuck in Jackson. And I told this on Will's podcast a couple weeks ago, like the time that I laxed on being responsible is the time that we had to explain as a tour to Trouble T-Roy's parents what had happened in Indianapolis. And before, it was our tour. So,
oh my God.
So I mean, in the beginning, I was like, Unc, like, all right, no playing around backstage, none of this, yo. And it was respect too, because it's like, okay, you know, yeah, that's Chuck, you know. But I had to keep that, like, listen, we can't be fucking around. This is a serious thing. It's electricity. I was thinking that cats would get electrocuted with their drinks back, you know. So I used to be like, yo, and tell all of my guys, I said, we got to like kind of like enforce like no fucking around, you know, like you take it to the hotel or whatever. But you know, when we end up
W's with you, so
yeah, I mean, all of us, you know, we were older, man. So that was the number one thing, and sure enough, as we go on the stage, we kind of find out when we got off the stage, you know. That happened, man. It was just like one of the most. It was the first hip hop tragedy that wasn't violence. It was just stupidity, man.
And like,
and you want to tell people at the time of your life, man. This is the time of your life, but be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they remember. People, the heads that came up under us, they remember because before when we were first on tour. Large P and also Doc and Jenny and Chuck. It wasn't a continuity between the acts. It was sort of like divisions between the acts, especially if you was a young act. You wasn't even getting acknowledged at all. And then there was a little rivalry between the mid and the top acts, those that had seniority, over us. So we said when we go on tour, we're going to have continuity. The first groups that come in, we're going to be encouraging them and, so, you know, and just rooting them on and stuff like that. And also just, we would have like us and Ice-T, who's my bro. We were at the beginning of a tour, we would be like, get everybody in the room. Everybody said, listen, this ain't about individual shows. We're here. This is one big show. We traveling together. We support everybody. And this is how we roll it. And Ice would talk, and I would talk, and then everybody, you know, you got everybody coming from different angles of their music and all. But the number one thing, people come to see the show from beginning to end. So it was important for us to be at the beginning of the show, you know. And you know how it is at the beginning of the show, opening act. You could be up in a hotel room at like 9:30.
Yeah.
Your show, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
but back then it was important, man.
Yeah.
You know. Sound check, stay around a little while, pop into somebody's dressing room, you know, talk to them, joke around a little bit, man, pat them on the back. Well, you know what? It seemed like it was a low turnout in the beginning, a slow walk up there, but you get them tomorrow, that type of thing. So they remember that. But, you know, this is all about you, Large Professor. So, yeah, I would have loved to have played those shows with you back. But I felt that I have in a way because that magic is spread to you and your surroundings. And I know when young acts and opening acts tour with you, I know you give them the same encouragement anyway. It's like you check them out.
Absolutely, man. Definitely. I'm passing the buck, man, for real.
Yeah, man. So I didn't mean to hog up y'all's questions. I'm sorry.
Nah, come on, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the show. I've been traveling. I watch it from the outside looking in. But this is our 1 year anniversary. and I usually pop in and out. But when they say the Grandmaster is going to be on tonight, I had to pay my tributes as well to the important members of the show that do such a great job. And really, like we I believe in press, man, and we should trim the fat, meaning that there's a lot of drama and trauma always in hip hop news, but what we do at Rap Station and on this show and all that, man, so many great things to talk about, man, and just to have you on talk about your great things and accomplishment. There ain't room for drama.
Yeah, to inspire your life, man. Like, these records I'm listening to inspire your life, man. Like, people reach out to me on Instagram, like, and my man Wiggy Wiggs, man. Wiggs, that's my man right there.
Wiggy Wiggs.
Yeah. Man, we sit down, man. We sit down in the chip shop, man, and we occasionally have like these trauma session talks, like about our childhoods, and it's so much fun, man. I love Wiggs, man.
Have you been up to Scotland where he's from yet? Just hung out with? I mean, I know you've been to Scotland, but I guess when you play up there, he's from there, so so he'll take you around to some of his home haunts next time you with Wiz in London.
No doubt. Word up. Word. Man, good speaking to you, big bro, man. For real, man.
Always great speaking to you. Did I cut off anybody's questions? Because they were asking such great questions of you. And I was watching this on the other side and just watching it, man, and absorbing it, man. So
we'll get back into it.
And we hope you feel better.
Yes.
Yeah, that damn Novid, man. But like I'm glad Large Professor explained, man, like we got tour immunity, man. So that's what allows us to minimize it.
My mother didn't play that. She, like, it's like, nah, you gotta, it was no joke with that type of stuff.
I know.
Like the Vicks, whatever. If you got it in the ears, whatever we gotta do. But you know what? You know what I found is a great Kentucky Fried Chicken, mashed potatoes.
Do I tweet that out or something, man?
Thing out, them hot with the gravy, just that, you good, man. You good, man. Kentucky Fried Chicken, mashed potatoes with the gravy.
All right, I'm gonna write that slowly, bro. I'm gonna write that real slow. LP.
That out.
I'm proud to announce that the cure for COVID has been given tonight on this show by Large Bro.
I'm writing that in all caps.
Potatoes and gravy, absolutely.
All caps. Is there any? Excuse me, sir. Is there any particular KFC in mind? Maybe Chuck. Maybe where you're at. Maybe a real Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky.
Whatever they do, they microwave. I don't know what they do. They send it up in a rocket, but it comes out that nothing can withstand. I swear to you, man. It's just going to burn whatever.
Yeah.
Real, I love it, man. Kentucky Fried Chicken, mashed potatoes.
I'm writing that down, man. That might come right back to you in one of them rhymes I'm supposed to do.
Straight up.
Oh man.
Straight up, man. Isaac Hayes, man. Isaac Hayes supported KFC, man.
KFC from LP.
Original recipe hip hop. That's me. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
right. Wow.
Got that.
Who knew? Thank you for sharing. Now I gotta thank both you guys. Look, this record. I mean, look, I've produced I don't know how many Public Enemy records now, but the fact that I got to do a track on this record that Extra P did a track on, one of my highlights.
What oh man, that was man, that's a joint right there, definitely. Yep. Oh man, we got to get. Man, I want to get 1 or 2 more on 3. Man, real, man. I'm ready, man. I had this one beat, man, for so long, and I was like, this is a Chuck joint, right? And everyone agreed, because I play my beats in circles. I'll be like, listen to this. I'm going to send this to Chuck. And they like, yeah, that'd be crazy. And I'm like, but you know how it is. We, but definitely, maybe we'll catch up on all of that.
Yeah, well, not even that. But you could tell me, and Doc knows because he's the maestro, man. But Doc knows that you could tell me like, I don't know, Chuck. You need to come with that again, and you'll get it coming back like the way you want it.
Bro, man, I saw some Spectrum City flyers too, man. Like we always at the Roosevelt roller skating rink, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, that was the spot, man. That was
I
the
was, I
spot
was,
that kind of.
I was, yo, it was funny because I saw that, man, what's my man Catch a Beat, man, Catch a Beat.
Oh, T-Ski Valley.
T-Ski Valley performed there.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah.
He's a cat. Yo, T-Ski Valley. That'll be a dope person for you to get one of those large. But this is what I think. And me and C-Doc think about this all the time, right? Cats that ain't rhymed on shit in a long time.
Yeah.
I can imagine like T-Ski Valley on a Large Professor.
Kaz, I just think Kaz a banger that he's already on deck with. Like we formulating now. Like I'm so into that because it's like going the other way because all the producers are like, yo, we got to get with the youngins, and I'm like, nah, man, I would love for the predecessors to just throw a stamp and just like, because honestly, man, like dudes are still spanking these dudes out here, man. Like Caz still rapper, so I seen it just recently.
Hey, listen, LP, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. There's so many cats at the gate, man. Here's another person I talked to on a shuttle coming out of JFK. Right. Mighty Mike C.
Mike C was just with Kaz. Yeah, them boys. Oh man, like yo, this is.
And they don't think that they really, they feel that they can't really get up there and rhyme because they think they gotta impress. Well, at least this was the conversation I had with Mike. I said, just be Mike with the right cat that's gonna bring you a beat that you like. Yeah. And Mike was like, I almost convinced him, but then he had to go his way. I had to go my way. Yeah. But I was like, yo, Mike, think about it. Because on Rap Station, we have station channels, and now it's getting bigger and bigger. It's streaming out there to the world, and cats is finding out that their mailbox money is looking a little different.
Oh,
you know. So I told Mike, but that was a while ago, man. But there's like T-Ski Valley. If they heads is just open, then they could be like, okay, man, boom.
Spoonie G was the first record I bought, man. I bought it in Corvettes. My mother bought it for me, man. The single.
And Spoonie's still here.
Yo,
and the thing is like, right? Could you imagine like?
And he nails love rap. He nails it. Oh man, yo, dogs. I sat backstage, man, and watched him nail that song up so lovely on stage, man. I couldn't believe it, man, that I was watching that man do that live and so flawlessly, man. For real.
I would love to hear like Spoonie G and Large Professor get together.
That would be crazy, man. He tell one of them crazy stories about them girls and all that. How he did.
Yo, man, and here's another thing. Before cameras became so accessible, because right now we predicted this, right, Doc?
Right.
Mm-hmm. That now that eventually cats will be shooting so many videos or video parts off their cameras, but off their phones. But before that, Doc had done so many videos, real videos, and we had that idea. Tell them the idea we had, Doc, like Houdini and all, Eric B.
Whoa.
Which one?
Just the idea of doing like classic.
Yeah, we were gonna do new videos for classic joints.
Oh yeah, no, nice and smooth did one.
Nice and smooth did No Delay, but I'm gonna just put it out there. We did it first because we did Prophets of Rage.
Right.
In what 2005?
Yep,
right.
And I almost got Eric and Rod together to do My Melody, and and Eric B for president. But at that time, they wasn't together, and I was like, "Listen," and I was going to try to what was the other thing? Was it Houdini too?
Yeah, well, we were going to try to do a whole Houdini record, but no, we were going to do the show. Remember, we were trying to get
right,
and Doug to do the show.
Oh yeah, video.
There's that video, that one video of them performing it on stage somewhere like that. I love this era because now we're starting to see like a lot of the old footage and.
Yep.
And yeah, I love it, man. And then too, like, just us being able to make these clips and them possibly going viral, man. Like I love, because I mean, Wild Pitch was a good label, but it wasn't until they got with EMI that they started really being able to,
do videos.
It just like kind of squandered a little bit, like it was a real tight budget, kind of. They had the heat. But it was like, man, we gonna pack this heat in tight. They wasn't like really letting whereas Cold Chillin' was like, you know, they was kind of like letting it, you know, that's industry talk though, but you know, that's how it was back then. You know, Rush, you know, I used to be up there, Rush too, on Elizabeth Street, man. I see y'all.
Oh, wow.
No, I mean Francesca, all of them, they gave me my you know,
All
production
right.
part, man.
That's
like,
right.
yeah,
Francesca Spiro, you know, ladies
absolutely.
and gentlemen, is like another
It's,
under heralded superstar when it came in bringing in hip hop producers and making them get their start.
we had that army was so crazy up at RPM, and I think this is around the time of Francesca's birthday. So God bless Francesca. Word, God bless.
Yeah. So many giants back then, you know, are no longer here.
Y'all was right around the corner from there, man, doing the video, man. When y'all did the video, man, in front of the spot, man, where y'all had the camera real low.
All the time, man. We always had something like going on around there in Soho, man. And if you was a shorty at the time, if you had came up to us, man, you would have been more than more pleased how we acted.
Absolutely. Oh, no, definitely, man. I seen you in action, man. Yo, you showing a lot of love, man. I always hear just like all love, man. I don't never hear nothing like, yo, Chuck was like, because, you know, that's what I started experiencing. And that's why I started being like faking the funk. Like, yo, man. Was like, yo, man, come on, man. Like, yo, you ain't showing love, man. Like, but nah, I ain't never heard that about you, man. And that's what made me more want to like reach out and just like, man, like, you know, because I was out there, man. I was in Lakeview, so I was coming to Nassau. I was, you know what I'm saying, the Boulevard and all of that, man. I was on the road and all of that, man, just chilling, man, for real. Like, and yo, big up LI, man, because Long Island just came out, you know, around that time, man, just started like steamrolling shit. Like, it was just like with different styles too, man. Like, so big up, man.
Yeah. Well, we hope that time continues. It's a different world, a different era, but like I said, like we're over at Rap Station and I do my weekly radio show and I played a lot of your music already. It's been running 13 years in a row. Anything you got, I'll be more than happy. And then we chart records and try to get it out. So we trying to tell every artist out there, like listen, I mean, matter of fact, the quiet as it is, I know people on the gram and they doing the Twitter with Eon Muscle just taking over the thing. But next year, quiet as kept. I'm coming up with something, man, that will be a great home for giants like yourself. I can't go no longer into it, but I know that when I come to people, I'm like, this is what I got. Let's look at it differently. And I hope that, you know, that you look at it and say, hey, yo, I think this seems right.
Absolutely, man. As long as we keeping it funky.
Yeah, better be funky.
It's true. Word up.
So I'm gonna watch the rest of the show from the outside looking in, man. Large Professor, I salute you. And on the 1 year anniversary of the show, as well as C-Doc, Jenny, and Chuck, and also M-Rock and people like that, you know. And you know, hey, Large Professor, you know, you're my hero, man.
Yo, man. Oh man, yo, dogs, man. Come on, man. Don't make me. Oh man. And Chuck D, big bro, man. God bless, man. I love you, man. Yo, you my hero, man. For real, for real, for real. You know, for real, for real. Definitely.
Salute to you, my friend.
Salute. Peace.
Salute,
Thanks,
everybody.
Mr.
I'm going to watch the rest of the show.
All right, cool.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Get better.
Yeah, seriously. Well, there you go.
You know what I love, and you hit on this, Professor.
Yes.
Like talking about back in the day, and the thing that I see with all the guys that came up back in your all's era, right, is there's so much support for each other. And I think that's the thing that you don't feel nowadays with all these cats that are putting out music. They're just out for themselves. Whereas y'all are like a community still, you know, like it's lifting each other up and having that time. Like some of my favorite times on this show is watching the guest when Chuck shows up.
Yeah,
because there's so much respect between each,
definitely.
You know, and that comes from Chuck too.
Yeah, nah, man.
And it's just it's an amazing thing to see. And I just don't feel like, and maybe it's just because I'm old, but you know,
I think the new generations are like, because Khaled kind of pulls people together. Like he'll pull a lot of people together, and when you watch the award shows, you kind of see the camaraderie. I think it's just different generations. You know what I mean? Like we come from an era where we were kind of more outside with it and grassroots with it, and these guys today are coming. Their introductory point is like the industry. It's like, you know, they ain't really, you know, the park jams and everything and all that. Like, they, I don't think they really, so they just like do a little bit of rapping, you know, and that, pardon me, that's the thing that they boast. Is like, yo, I only been rapping like three weeks, you know, and now I'm here. I got, you know, so they telling you like, yo, I ain't did all the homework and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's, you know, but it's, there are events that are going to come up that, and there are events that have happened where you see the bridge where you can see, like, you know, I mean, even I just did one, you know, where it's like me and the Ghetto Boys, or like me and Paul Wall, you know, where it's joining two different regions, you know. So I think we're going to see a lot of that coming up, because hip hop, you know, everybody is kind of like, you know, we good now, you know, we good. We don't have the struggles that we had back in the days and stuff like that. Like we're certified culture in America, you know, and around the world. So it's like, yo, you know, all we got to do now is just act right with each other, and kind of like, you know, somebody got to step up. Some, you know, it's not Al Sharpton, you know, you can't be Al Sharpton. It got to be somebody else got to step up that day. Like wish it would have been like a Nipsey or something. You know, if Nipsey would have came out, said something like, a lot of people, you know, so we need, you know, something like that. Hopefully it could be a Large Professor one day. I could just tell everybody like, yo, just chill, man. Like, just chill. That kind of thing. Yes. I just want to chill.
And that's right. Exactly.
Yeah. That kind of thing.
You got to tell them. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Because I got to talk about that record. But I'm curious to know, getting back to your career, you guys did Breaking Atoms. How far? And then you dropped the single for Faking the Funk, which is just one of the all-time dopest records ever.
Man, thank you.
And thank you. How far did you get into recording The Science?
The Science, yeah. We was gonna come out with that, man. It was like maybe like 4 or 5 or 6 demos like that. And it was just meant for us to like go in different directions, kind of, because I was like, you know, things with us administratively like started getting real hairy, like, you know, because their mother was our manager, so there was like a little bit of nepotism in the building and shit. So it was like crazy how the funds was being dispersed and shit like that. So it was just time. Like The Science, we were recording demos. I was kind of on my own thing. Like they were trying to aim for a different thing, and they were getting work, and it was starting to go somewhere else with them. You know, so I think they kind of like put a couple of the demos out, trying to like just salvage whatever they could from that time and shit. I don't know what they doing now, but yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah,
they're floating around out there, and there's some dope shit, man. It would have been something.
Yeah. If we would have got it right, like, you know what I'm saying, they throwing out like half baked, half cooked stuff. Crazy, man. Like, I don't rock like that. Like, you know, so like some desperation there, and you know, all right, whatever, man. Like little crumbs and, you know, crumbs and stuff like that. Yeah.
So about that time, then we're kind of getting to the point where you went and produced Akinelli's record.
Yeah. That was fun. Fun. Yeah.
Did he come to you and say, I want you to do this whole record?
Absolutely. Came to me, he was like, yo, P, you doing the album, I ain't messing with nobody else, that's it, you know. And we just started going in, definitely. Yeah.
That was exciting, because I remember seeing it and then flipping it over and it says produced by the Large Professor. I was like, oh snap. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And then after that, you know, he did whatever he did, like he a lot of good music and went different ways, but he was like, yo, my first joint is gonna be produced by you, and that's how we did it.
That's dope. Now, at that time, did you already start working on the LP? Your debut.
I kind of had beats and ideas ready for the LP kind of stuff already. Like I was with my crew now, like the crew that I had. We was, I don't know, we Queens Lounge crew, I guess we would say. It was me, my man V, CeeLo, my man Lynn, and we had the joint Spacey that came out on the LP.
Right.
I was hanging out with them tough, and I was just like coming up with routines because now we was doing like the Queens Lounge thing. Had a little bit more money now, so had more equipment, like bugging out in the crib, you know, Carmen there, Nas, everybody there, we bugging out and shit like that. So yeah, I was starting to come up with routines like that what I was going to use for the LP, definitely.
So and then you did the Tribe record, of course.
Yeah, the Tribe joint. Yeah, that was nice because like yeah, Q-Tip was coming through the Queens Lounge shit. Like I was just like I would be I had this studio apartment and I would be in there just DJing, making music and doing all types of things all day musically. And like people after work, like girls, guys, everybody after work would come through, roll their blunts, whatever, and just listen to what I was doing and shit like that. And so I just started picking up the mic and start handing it to people and stuff like that, like on some Queens Lounge shit. And then, you know, just start like Q-Tip will be there, you know, like Pete Rock come through, all of that, you know, just bugging out shit. Just so that's where a lot of that was kind of formulating, like, you know, Trash, everybody was coming through.
Now, I've always been curious because on the back of the Mad Scientist single,
yeah,
it has Geffen and Wild Pitch. So
yeah.
Were you still with Wild Pitch? Or?
Yeah, no, Wild Pitch sold me, man. They sold me out, man. Man. Nah, still fine. It was crazy. We had like a little lunch, man, when it was about to be a wrap. And he was like, yo, Paul, man, I wanna thank you for, you know, for all you've done and all the music. And like, yeah, threw me the Wild Pitch watch and shit. I was like, oh shit, word for me, like the Wild Pitch watch. Like, oh man, thank you. And from there, I was like, okay. And then I saw the Wild Pitch logo. I was like, okay, they sold me out. Sold me out. Because James.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
With all the range.
Oh man. Yeah, well, so you know, famously at the end of your verse on the Tribe joint,
yeah, but by the album when I drop it.
By the album when you drop it, and man, I was waiting. Man. We were waiting, bro.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of red tape, man. That's when I went through my industry thing. I was trying to go into a deeper like place hip hop wise, and
yeah.
They like Big was like dominating at that time, like a lot of dudes just on, like I was more, I think now that I look at it, you know, in retrospect, I was just more on a global like B-boy tip. Like I was starting to like, just like, not the songs for the radio, like just like B-boy shit that I could like just a B-boys. And so I don't think that was the time for that though. But the songs I was doing still, like when I'm going around the world with them, man, they rock with them hard body. I'm signing the covers and everything. So, you know, it's just no doubt. Yeah, man. Like we
Bro,
good.
This
time, man, for real.
Well, look, I gotta start. So I got the singles. I got Mad Scientist.
No doubt.
I Just Want to Chill, you know.
Yeah.
And that shit
is going. I don't know what happened, man. Like they going, man. Like
that's it, because like Mad Scientist dropped, and that was like one of the dopest beat flips. I was just like, oh shit. Yeah. Like Extra P is coming on some serious fucking shit right now.
Yeah.
And then I Just Want to Chill and Hard.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Those joints are crazy.
It was starting, man. It was starting.
Yeah.
Like, it was going to be a lot too, man. I had like 4 or 5 albums planned already, and
wow.
It was I had titles, all kinds of, like I had a nice to-do list, and it just like that kind of took all the steam. Then I had to get back on, you know, what I was talking about, the Ghetto Vacation.
Yeah.
Ghetto get back in the streets with my peoples that I was, came up with, chilling, all that industry shit, all these fake ass industry motherfuckers and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I had to get up out of that way and shit. Like, because it started becoming like crazy. Like, it was just so much fake industry, fake shit like that was happening. I was like, oh man, I gotta go back. Yeah, so that's what happened after that.
Yeah, especially I can see that, especially at that time, because hip hop, mainstream hip hop, major labels was going
$1 million. Yeah, it was crazy. And it was like, man, if you ain't amongst that, like, or you ain't trying to, this woman told me one time, she was like, yo, I love your stuff, but why don't you put some of that shit like how Puffy does, like some of them bells or something like that. I was like, it's crazy right now. Like, it was crazy. It was so crazy, man. Like, that time was like, but we stood the test of time. We just went where the love was, the love starting to be overseas. So, I started just getting a lot of calls from overseas, and, they always appreciate the root of it because they didn't grow up in this. So they like always intrigued by it. So I was, we good for life. Now the wave is our appreciation home now is back, where are we tearing up, the South, it's crazy, man. And it's boom bap too, that they love it. Yeah, for sure.
Yo, man, boom bap has come back in a major way. And
vinyl. Yo, but you see records is opening back up, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Vinyl.
Yep. Yeah, because that's when Chuck asked me to run his label, Spit Slam.
Yeah.
I said, what do you want to do specifically? Because I'd never run a record label before. I still don't know what I'm doing. But I said, what do you want to do specifically? He's like, you get the vision. And I said, all right, well, then we're going boom bap because that's the only thing we could do,
Oh, yeah, man. We got it. Man, yo.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. I mean, it's all boom bap.
Yeah.
It's all boom bap. It's just some of it is slower and faster and traditional and not, but it's all boom bap.
Yeah. So now here's my geek question because I heard, oh man, I don't even remember. It was in the early days of the internet was when I heard a very poor quality bootleg of the LP.
Right.
So I finally got to hear it. I'm guessing it was like a promo of a promo, a copy of a copy of a copy. And I want to know, does the original, because I know you made some changes, some additions, and to this version. Do you still have the OG version of it?
Yeah. I have it where I mastered it at Sterling Sound, and
okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there was a joint on the bootleg on the original that's not on this one. It's just an interlude or whatever, but it was like at the end.
Okay.
Yo, man, that beat is so
nasty. We gotta you gotta refresh my memory with that one time, like on the internet later on. Like
I will say I got a rip of it. I will send it to you because yo, man, it's just one of the dopest beats you ever made. It's just you kind of like, I think it's on the list. It was called For My People Part 2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Yeah. With the Paul Nero drums. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, that joint is.
Yeah. My dude came in the studio when I was laying that. Like my childhood friend. It was like that's crazy because that was really like the last session that I had for the LP. And when they gave me the call, and my childhood friend, my man Malik, came in, he was like, yo, that beat is banging, kid. Like, that shit is crazy. And that was it. Like, it was mastering. They threw the lid on it. I'm like, man, go ahead back out here and get busy on these.
Yo, man, there are three albums that I will never forgive the industry for shelving.
Right, yeah.
The LP.
Yeah.
KMD's Black Bastards.
Right.
And I&I's record. Ioni's debut.
Yeah.
That you're on, I might add.
Man, that album was crazy, man.
That album was nuts. Shout out to Pete Rock,
Yeah.
Crap Lover.
Yeah.
Ioni.
Robbo.
Yep.
Ross. Jolo. Word. Polo, Marco Polo. Jolo.
Yep.
Restaurant up there now. Word. He got the restaurant up there in New Road. Jolo from I&I. Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, man. That record is so good. You know, and you and Q-Tip feature on that record.
Yeah, each his own.
To each his own. Such a dope record. Yep. So fuckers, you know, but whatever. I'm glad that you finally got it back and were able to put it out.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and if you ever want to do a special edition and put For My People Part 2 on it, I'm there.
I had a Pete Rock joint on there too, man. That he only has the data of, so maybe we'll get that file. And just like a deluxe, like all of that. And now with all of these new apps where you can rip acapellas and do all of it, it's crazy, man. It's so crazy, man. I love
man. Yeah. It's I've been trying taking drums out of loops.
It's crazy, man. Like you could do that with Serato now. It's bananas.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Serato one, but that there was a phone app I was using, but then there was a website I've been using. It's nuts. Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's totally going to change production. So be able to dismantle stuff. Steven Spedden, the Too Poetic album. Yeah, that's another one.
Too Poetic.
Too Poetic. Yeah. Did you ever hear the Too Poetic album?
Simply Too Poetic. Yeah, that was on Pharoahe and them.
No. Too Poetic, the MC that was back on Tommy Boy back in the day. He was a Grave Digger.
Poetic from Grave Diggers.
From Grave Diggers, yeah.
Poetic.
Yeah. He put out a 12-inch on Tommy Boy.
Oh, and that was it.
And then they shelved his album.
Man, God bless him, man. Yeah, that's boy Winston's homie, man. Man. That was unfortunate, man. Like the industry, man. Yep. Man, playing with people's livelihoods, man. Like, man. Souls attached to these things, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Souls live through the music, man. So man.
Yeah, his album, good call. His album was dope too. There's a bootleg of that floating around. I can send that to you too.
Word, please. Yeah. Hope to hear that, man. For real.
Yeah, it's from like 89, 90.
Production on there. Yeah. I think my boy Winston might have some production on there.
Oh wow, word.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what's up. Wow. So you finally came back though with First Class.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. I got the 12 inches here somewhere. It's about that time. Yeah. Blaze Rhymes.
Yeah, Blaze.
Ridiculous.
Junkyard. Yeah.
Ridiculous. But then, another one of my favorite records right here, Main Source. Your album, Main Source.
Large Pro.
That album is dope.
This album is crazy good, man.
Good look.
Crazy good.
Yeah.
This
it got the hardest on there with Styles P and AZ.
Yep.
That's on that joint. Yeah, that's kind of tough right there. That's in the first one, the First Class got the stage chisel with Nas and the Buster, all that. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Yeah. My joints on Main Source, Frantic Bars.
Ooh, oh man, that's a twisted loop, man. And sometimes I do that, man. Like I'll take one of them loops that just makes no sense and just hope somebody gets it. And that's cool to hear that because I got a lot of like gray area joints where it's like, all right, that ain't, like, and it's like, that shit is ill though, and maybe it'll grow on you over time. But nah, that's good to hear that you like that one. Yeah.
Man,
I love that. Man, I used to listen to that loop so much,
It's so dope. Man. And because like I'm from the top, I'm riding with this album, right? Yeah. When this album dropped, I'm riding with it because it's extra P, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
But when it gets to Frantic Bars, I'm like, oh my God.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro,
Thanks.
And then what I didn't realize until the Main Source, the Science bootleg drop, So in Love.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You had done the demo.
Yeah.
Way back, but and then you brought it back for So in Love, which is crazy dope too.
Yeah. Smack that snare on there. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Nasty.
A lot of people like that, because people now they starting to get, because of Instagram or whatever. And so a lot of people I'm finding they like the newer people who are getting up on me. They like that song a lot. So in Love joint. Yeah.
So in Love is dope, bro. Yeah. So in Love. So it was good that around that time, because you would put out the Beats Volume 1.
Yeah.
That Main Source, Beats Volume 2. Professor at Large.
Yeah.
It was good to have you back, man. Just putting out records and
here and there. I mean, the people who were tuned in, you know what I mean? I'm glad that people were tuned in, because sometimes when you fall from the industry, like you fall from a lot of people's radar, and to be like, oh man, like, so just to have like real organic fans and like supporters and people who's just generally interested in like, yo, what was he coming up with these days type shit. Like, I'm thankful for that, man, for real. Yeah.
And then you just did the joint before Volume 3.
Mm-hmm.
You had the record was it last year?
With Neek. Yeah.
With Neek the Exotic.
Yeah, extra exotic joint. Yeah, that was ill. We had Q-Tip on there, Pharoahe.
Yep.
It's always gonna be like some bangers on the joints that got some features on it. So yeah, we had Q-Tip and Pharoahe on there. That was nice. Freddie Fox came through, Bumpy Knuckles.
Yeah.
Alchemist hit us with a beat on that one joint.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then prior to that, I had the Reliving joint that came out on Fat Beats.
That's your most recent solo record, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Reliving.
And then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention. Oh no, I forgot to pull it out. But anyway, the Mega Philosophy.
I knew you was gonna say that, man. Yeah, Mega Philosophy. Yeah,
that's Mega. That album is man, just.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. You gave him the tools.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just put like that record was when that record dropped. That was like one of those records I needed at that time.
A lot of people say that, man, like because it was just like a cool music, like and Mega was he's like a philosopher. Like when you hear even before, and I was saying that to him. I'm like, yo, man, you like a philosopher. Like we need to do something like Mega Philosophy, man. Like so he ran with it, and he has a lot of philosophies on that album. Like
yes,
listen to it, it's like, yo, if the sun doesn't shine over there, then this it's just crazy. Like things that he comes up with that I'm like, yo, man, he can run with that for the rest of the time, man, because he's, I guess he, when he had to do some man time, like and get it together in the mind and shit. And like he came to this higher level where now he could speak from experience and
yeah,
I love it, man, because the mind boggler, he be twisting it up. Like, yo, I'll be like, yo, Mega is crazy. Mega is hell though. And he just new one. We got the new one on I think man, I can't man, but I know it's the realness too. I can't think it's My Rhyme or something like that is the title of the joint that I did for him. So
you did one song on that new album?
I joined on the real.
Yeah. It's a dope record too.
Rhyme, Life and Rhyme.
Yep. The Mega Philosophy was kind of I thought it was an extension of the PE joint.
Yeah, it was definitely it was that same era. Yeah, for sure, man. Like we were working and while we were working on Mega Philosophy, we had did the PE joint.
The PE joint, yeah. It felt like it was of a piece, It's like okay,
sure.
Natural progression of things.
Yeah.
You know what? And okay, so my last geek out thing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put this out, but I gotta bring up. And I just saw it. Is that the album? No, it's the album. Okay, I got the CD single somewhere, but the Common Sense remix,
Oh
the
man,
Resurrection remixes.
man.
Not just one. You did two.
I just saw, I was just with Common at the Robert Glasper joint like 3 nights ago, man. He plays for I was DJing Robert Glasper's Sony Music Hall concert, and Common was there, and he said that he was like, "Yo, you did 2 remixes, man." Yeah, nah, I had to get 2 from you, man. I was like, all right, no doubt. But hopefully we all work again, man, because that dude, man, is always like, and that's the thing about Common, he always stays fresh, man. Like that dude, you'll see like some viral video of him just tearing a beat up. Like I think he tore up like one of them Mob Deep beats or something like that just recently, and it's bananas. Like he's still razor sharp. Or Common.
You know what's dope is that I saw a video somebody posted of him. A dude was out freestyling on the corner, like in front of some building, and Com walked up and was listening to him, and then jumped on the mic. Hip hop to the core, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. Yeah, man. That's our era. That's that's our era, man. For real. Like, it's crazy, man. You see the dude still get down and bust a windmill, man, at our age.
Yeah.
Crazy. Still busting windmills.
Right. So when you got the job to do the Common remix, they were like, did they just like do whatever you want, or how did you ended up doing 2?
Yeah, they wanted me to do me, man. They was like, yo, just take the files and do what you do. And then when I did the first remix, which was the David Axelrod joint, and then they called me, they was like, yo, we love this, but we want you to do another one. And so would you go? And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll rock it and shit. And then boom, when I hit them with that one, they was like, yeah, we want to use both of these. And I was like, yo, all right, cool, bro. Like, yo, for real, yo, word up. And it's crazy because people have their preference. I mean, more people like the second one that I did with the bass line and the, but then there are like, yo, that other one is bugged too. Like,
they're both dope. And I remember it was kind of like, well, I got the CD single because I really love the Resurrection album.
Oh man, yo, that album, yeah. I was just in Chicago. They was playing that, man, while we out there. Man.
Yeah, and so when the CD single came out, because Resurrection was the joint, the title track was the joint.
Absolutely, right.
Yep.
Yeah, the Ahmad Jamal piano shit.
Yep. And so I picked it up and I flipped over and it's like Large Professor remix, Extra P remix. Whoa. Wait a minute. It's 2 for 1?
Yeah.
Made the day, man. Made my day.
They squandered on that one, man. They was we're gonna rock. And now that piece of vinyl is like, it's crazy. You used to see it. Now that joint might be going for like, entry $30. Like,
yo, man, it's hard to find.
And yeah, if you even find it, for real.
Yep.
Yeah, so that they knew what they was doing, man. Because man, these records they're getting up there, the hip hop joints.
Yep. Yeah. They are. Oh, and okay, so speaking of organized confusion, you were talking about organized confusion earlier.
Yeah.
Thank you, Flatline, for bringing this up because I almost forgot. One of my favorite all-time remixes, Stress remix, featuring you.
Yep.
I'm still trying to figure out how you did that. Right.
I'm
trying to reverse engineer that beat, but
yeah.
I know you got the secret. That's all right.
Yeah. Nah,
I know what the horns are, but I'm still trying to figure out the rest of it. But
Sure, yeah. Now when you send that file, I'll send that file.
Okay. That's what's up. So you already had, through Paul C, you already had the organized confusion connection.
We were the alumni, man, the Paul C school, man, School of America, man. That was us, man. Like we, even after, like I would see them and we'd be like, man, like, we gotta rep Paul, man. We gotta rep. And then it was crazy because I came out and then they came out and it was just like, like we had Paul's spirit over us, man. Like just and the people we were working with had a lot of respect for him, like Anton Pukshansky and all the people. Like they had love for Paul, like Patrick Adams and Eli Tubo and all of them. You know, these are the people we had to work with now. You know, because Paul was gone, but so it was like we kind of had. You know, they showed us love, like, you know, y'all was working with an official dude, like we gonna show y'all, like, you know, so it was good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Steven, yes. Large Professor did do a remix of Slick Rick's It's a Boy.
Yeah. That's crazy because Rick at one time, I'm from Flushing, Queens. I lived in Flushing, Queens, and so Slick Rick at one time, he was staying in Flushing, and I used to see him. I was like, man, one day, man, I wish I could work with Slick, man. Like, we used to see him across the street. He'd be chilling, homeboy James and shit, just chilling. Be like, yo, what up, Rick? Like, he just stayed chilling and shit and Flushing. Like, it was like, wow, like, yo, this is crazy. And then when that call came, when Rush was like, you know, like, I think it was Faith Newman. She was, yo, try your hand at a remix. And then they, you know, when he got locked up, they was trying to remix his album because he did a certain, you know, type of album for, I think, the Behind Bars or something like that. So, so I got a few remixes, but they kind of like on the underground. But this boy one kind of, that was, oh man, I was so happy with that one because it was like he, you know, like the girl that he had a baby with, his first son that he was talking about, it's a boy. I went to school with her.
Wow.
Like, yeah, so it was like, oh man, and now here I am doing the remix for, you know, him celebrating his baby boy with my homegirl that I grew up with. It's crazy like that. It was just like an ill spiritual cocktail right there and shit, like a goodness.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. That's dope. That's dope. I got a question. Do you have a favorite break beat?
Man, that varies. That's like a daily.
Yeah, change, right? Yeah.
Right. So if I said today, I would say that joint. This joint that I got on the turntable now. It's funky. It's stupid.
Ooh.
Stupid funky. Dumb.
Wow.
Trash can, ill funk. That's the one that I got on deck for the day and shit. Word.
Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, of course it. I figured it would. But Prince Paul always said, like,
you got Apache, you got Substitution. You know, I could do that all day like that.
Right.
It's too much.
Prince Paul always had the go-to with the Manziel Midnight theme.
Yo, that's crazy. That I was just thinking about that you said that, man. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Man. Oh, man. It's nice. But then you got bumping bust stop. You got all types of beats. And it's crazy, man. You can't never.
I know. I just didn't know if you had a go-to.
Little Miss Lover. And fucking Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. That's dope. Okay, so somebody else just popped in, special guest, someone you know that actually we got to thank because you know, he was instrumental in getting you here. So, ladies and gentlemen, from Stetsasonic, the O-Dad, Daddy-O.
Oh man, salute.
Yo,
man.
yo.
Yeah.
What up? What up?
What's up, bro?
No.
Y'all in there talking that producer talk. I don't know, man. I'm a baby producer, man.
Come
man.
on,
man. Love it though. Yeah, I love it though. I'm learning so much. I feel like I feel real young in terms of the learning curve. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I learned from you, man.
Yeah, I'm about to do a mixtape called I Want to Be MF Doom. Like, yo, I'm really trying to learn how to rhyme for real. Like, I'm trying to body niggas, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and I appreciate y'all because y'all think quicker than me.
Oh wow.
But it's inspiring though all the time. Every time I fuck with y'all, it's inspiring. Every time I fuck with Large Professor, it's inspiring. Every time I fuck with C-Doc, it's inspiring. Like it keep me going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of no disrespect, man, but it's a lot of old niggas that they don't be having to go in them, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't be really understanding that, man. Maybe it's the Brooklyn, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like, when I see y'all and the things that y'all do, like when I step back now and listen to Breaking Atoms and flat lossless with my dope earbuds on, like it's a whole nother life. Like, I'm like, this little nigga's nice.
Yeah.
What the hell was you thinking? Like, but I appreciate it because I always like something I can't do. Like, I judge people I like by how jealous I am of them.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I wish I would have did that. And I done had LP moments like that my whole damn life, all the way up to the self-destruction too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love, and I think that's what started us, man. I really do, bro.
Nature of like, yeah, definitely. Like you go back and you get your shit together when you hear busy.
Have you say you heard my rhyme? We gonna have to fight because I just made the motherfucker up last night. That's us, man.
Yeah.
We come in fresh and new with it all the time, and we rubbing. Yo, man, I made top billing, bro.
I know, that's crazy.
Right? And Eric Sermon came up to me and said, yo, daddy-o, man. Yo, daddy-o. You got me with the single, but I'm going to bust y'all ass with the album. And Strictly Business came out, nigga. What?
Oh,
what?
Yo, when we heard top billing, I was actually, because my childhood friend was Mr. Cheeks.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So when we heard top billing, we was in the you remember they had the system cabs where motherfuckers used to play the music mad loud, get the cab,
right.
Playing the music mad. So we in the cab, we playing the music, and I'm listening to, I'm like, when the beat gonna kick in? When the beat gonna kick in this shit? And he like, what? That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. You know?
right.
And then after that, I heard it in the quarters. And that was that. I was like, oh, that shit is bananas. It's just like some whole other. And that's when I was jealous. I was like, oh, I want to do that.
That's what it need to be, man. If we could keep that energy going, man, we go real far, man. We go real far. You know, competitive energy goes a long way. And it don't have to be, you know, guns and all that. You know what I mean? But look at hip hop. The origin of hip hop is non-violent. The origin of hip hop is because gangs all over New York City made a truce and said, we're not gonna shoot and all that no more. And out of that came that capoeira type of dancing, that graffiti on the wall, and them DJs. The rappers came last.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like we always been like that, and that energy. Even back in the days with DJs rubbing out their records where you couldn't see the record that they got, coming out in the park with a brand new record that nobody ever heard. I remember when Dr. Bazaar and the Savannah Band came out, we was rubbing the records off. And when we was playing Shay Shay LaFawn, nobody knew what it was. And we was rocking the park, killing the park, yo.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like that energy, that competitive energy. If we keep it going, and I think the 90s had a lot of that, man. I think we had it in the 80s, but man, by the time y'all came in, y'all really was rubbing each other like, yeah, you threw that, but I'm gonna throw this.
Yeah. Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
I heard a Benzino demo from like y'all era when y'all was doing like Just Stay Stet and stuff like that.
Wow.
And it was ill. Like they was ill. Like
wow.
Like, you know, that was the hard rock era.
Yeah.
And if you can't see it, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was on that like hard rock shit.
Right.
Forever my beat. Like, you know, I know, like, cause Teddy Tatum used to rock y'all hard.
Right. That's still my man. He's still kicking out. They still got a show. God bless him, man. They still got a little show. He's still playing them Stet records, man.
Definitely. Yo, and yo, all of that, man. Like even Sally was crazy because that was when Queen's Day came. Like Sally came out when Queen's Day when Queen's Day was happening, and so BLS used to come out to the park and that's when everybody, you know, when Sally was out, everybody was whopping.
Right. No doubt.
It was hard body right there.
Yeah.
Then even the B-side, yo, DB, let the music play. Okay,
Right.
okay. Before Kid them used it, that shit was crazy. Word.
You a record dude. That's how you know the records. Because
absolutely.
we was way into the vinyl, man. We was
Yeah.
so into the vinyl. We didn't care what the record company did.
Word.
Even the cassettes in the beginning, to us, we didn't care about them things.
Yeah.
We were just like, yo, what are you putting on vinyl?
Yeah.
What are you putting on vinyl? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the vinyl,
Yeah.
when Red Alert get that vinyl,
Yeah.
it's over, bro. It's over, man. You be in the quarter, man, and you just gave Red Alert the vinyl and he played a record.
Nah, but y'all was getting burned on P-Fine too.
Oh yeah. We did a couple of live shows. Like we did a live show on P-Fine and we did a live show on Mr. Magic.
Magic. I remember. Was that with Dana Dane? That was the joint with Dana Dane at the Apollo or something like. I remember.
I'm talking about we did it live in the studio. Like we brought all our equipment to the studio,
right.
and did a show in the studio. Because we used to do that because that's the way we became a band. Because the way we became a band was we was making all these records because DB and Paul had all our equipment. Right. We was making all these records. It was like, yo, how we gonna duplicate these records? Wasn't no such thing as Serato or none of that.
Yeah. Now you still nice on the tables?
I play. I play. I could do better things now because the digital thing helps me. Like I could look at waves and stuff like that. So I could do fun things now. Okay. I feel like it's cheating, but it's fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like it's cheating, but it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. DJing is a lot of fun now. I mean, it's always been a lot of fun, but I could have like 3,000 records now. Right. And you know what I'm saying? And that's way different than 6 crates. And I used to think I was the man with 6 crates. Right. Because most people only had 3-4 crates. Right. You know, and then when I was with Bouchon, and then we coming in with 12 crates.
So yo, you was in the back blocks in East New York, right?
Yeah, so I'm from the New Lot side, actually where they shoot that show, where Jimmy Smith and them shoot that show. But I always stayed over there, like real close to Junior's. Like Brownsville was real close. I was Alabama Park all the time. Gotcha. Like right over there. I'm from where Mark and them was born, because Mark, Buff, and Cool Rock lived around the corner from me on Skank.
Oh, they was from Brownsville area?
Yeah, they right there. They from the next block. All 3 of them from the next block is me.
He always reach out to me on IG, man.
Yeah. That's a cool brother, man. But they from my neighborhood, but I never stayed around there because it was like it wasn't nothing going on in my neighborhood. But where the action was across Livonia over there, because I used to go to Jeff anyway. So the action was over there. So and that's where even I started my group. I started my group in Unity Plaza. And we started doing shows on the stage in Unity Plaza.
Right? AZ was a youngin' over there, right?
Yeah. That's when AZ. I always tell people the story about AZ. AZ never been dirty. Like I seen AZ since he was a little baby, and his mother used to dress him like us when he was 4. Yeah. Like with little British walkers and everything. So he never been dirty. Like he don't know what that is.
That's a fly guy right there.
Yo, he really don't know what being dirty is. Like that's a feat, man.
That's a fly guy, you know.
Like when your clothes fit all the time from when you was little, never had a hand-me-down, nothing. Yeah. That's big right there, B.
Yeah. You know how we had to come up in the trenches.
Yeah. AZ always been the man, but yeah, he you know, when one thing I say about I love about A, when he decided he was gonna do it, he really did it. Like he didn't play with it. Like he said, okay, I'm gonna go in. And he went all the way in, and I love that. Like, cause I know a lot of cats that said they was gonna do it, and then they went halfway in.
Yeah. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yo,
yeah. A went in, man. He went in.
I've been rocking lately on my DJ sets, man. He got Eric Sermon remix for a song called "Gimme." That's Gimme That. It's funky.
Right.
That's crazy. They flipped the Freddie Jackson. The love is just a touch of weight.
Oh, that's crazy. Whoa. That's crazy.
You might want
to do
that afterwards. Get your mind.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
Shit, I be checking out all that shit you be playing on IG. I be loving that shit, B.
No doubt.
I
That
be
shit is-
loving
that
that.
shit is
You played some
crazy.
crazy shit the other day. It was like it had a real like high kind of I say lollipop feeling to it.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's like
It was dope. I was like, yo, man, this nigga Juice WRLD had to die, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a perfect Juice WRLD record, man. I said, but that Kid Laroi could do that record.
Yeah.
The Kid Laroi or whatever they call him, the Kid Laroi, the Kid Laroi, he could do it because he kind of followed. But Juice WRLD had that. Like he figured out how to do that lollipop shit. Good, man.
Yeah. So, we here, man, getting busy, man. Still getting
Yeah, but no doubt, man. I just wanted to stop in, man. Tell you I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? Say congratulations to C-Doc on the anniversary. You know, I remember when you first had the idea for this thing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody involved, Big Chuck, M-Rock, Jenny. You know, this been like it's really a effort of love. You know what I'm saying? More than anything. And then, you know, the benefit that we always have is that we always have big brother Chuck backing us up.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes a difference in certain circles because, you know, we still promoting real hip hop and all of that. But, you know, we like to have as much dialogue as we possibly can because a lot of times that just don't happen. You know what I'm saying? People do shit for clickbait and all that, but they don't really have dialogue. So it should be to people like me, this should be weak as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain people, I really wish I could say their name, that I'd be like, yo, bro, like stop doing double screens, like chill for a minute, just rap, nigga, because you're a dope rapper. Like just rap, nigga. Like we don't really want to hear your commentary right now. Like nigga, rap. Yeah. Or rap the commentary, nigga. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a good idea though. Word, that's a good idea.
I do it all the time. Now I find myself, I can't rap about nothing I don't really even know. Like I be trying, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? And then if I try and then I work with a young rapper, they're gonna snap me back to reality and all of that. So you know what I mean? But I just think that if we rap and we good, right? Because we talk on record, but if we do it rhythmically, it's like a horn player playing, it's like a guitar player playing, all of that stuff. So if we do it right and we have the right lyrics, we can basically get a lot of stuff off our chest. And we've seen that happen over and over again.
Yeah, big.
You know what I'm saying? We've been able to say things that, no disrespect, that singers can't say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to singers. I love singers.
Sometimes now the singers are saying it now.
Yeah. And that's corny. Like it's kind of corny that they saying it because they leaving a hole. Well, I'll say one thing. God bless Future for filling the hole because they don't make love songs, so he do it. They want to be all hardcore and busting their gun on R&B records, and Future steady saying, I will wait for you. Oh, and the new record is even softer than that. It's like, why are you fronting on me? I love you, like all of that.
Yo, that's what we need now, though, man. Because
it's true. It's true. I love Future. He always do that. You know. So
why don't you do a remix of "Float On"
with Future, right?
Oh, wait, I gotta pull that one out too.
Hey, that might be an idea. But if I did a remix of "Float On," it had to be like I won't even be on the record. Like I have to get it'll be like Roddy Ricch, Corday, and Future. Yeah, that's dope. Float On.
I'm getting ready to hook that up, man. I heard that the other day. I was like, yo, I had it for IG. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna put that up because somebody. Right. Yeah. Now I'm gonna hook Float On up.
Yeah. That Floaters joint go hard, B.
That's crazy.
That joint go hard.
That's universal right there.
Yeah.
And time for that. Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
Yo, look, hey, you know, the first time I heard you, Extra P was a relationship record.
Yeah,
you know, looking at the front door.
Oh yeah, man. I was in Bentleys and all of that. I wasn't even supposed to be in there. Like they love that record so much. I was in like Silver Shadow, all them crazy ass clubs.
Red Parrot, all that.
Red Parrot, right? That's on.
Yeah. I love that. I love that time. I love that merge because there was certain R&B heads that understood us.
Yeah.
Not all of it. A lot of them hated us, but there were certain R&B heads that understood where we was coming from with this music.
Tucker was leading that. He was leading that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Telling them like, nah, we ain't, you know. So from that time ever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we made it through, man. But like I said, man, I think that spirit of competition, I don't want to say it's missing, but I think when you see it, it really works. Like it works. And I think people should always strive to get better. And I think that's some of the issues that I have with my peers. Sometimes my peers think like it's already there. Like I've done that. It's already there. And I'm like, no, it's not, because now it's new stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the Kendrick Cole, all of that stuff? He locked up, but the Thugger, he locked up, but the Gunner, like, what do you do with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do with that? You got to figure that out.
Do what they do, and I do what I do, because now it's different. Like now, I'm trying to do this for the industry and to sell records. Now I'm doing my soul, for my soul.
And that's beautiful, because we got that opportunity. And I think that's what the young people like in us.
Yeah, that's what they
is
love.
When they see it, you know what I'm saying? When they see it done from that level of passion, they're like, wow, that's possible. Because they know they love music like that. But then everybody gets in their head about how much money they can make with what they're doing.
Youngin, OG, Unk, all these terms is what, you know, start classifying who should be listening to what. And it's like, nah, let's just everybody be quiet and just listen to the music and see who like what. You know, that's why
real.
On IG, it ain't no explanation, no disclaimer, no nothing. It's just, yo, here's the song. You like it? Don't.
That's real.
That's it. And that's the whole thing, man. When Chuck Chill Out used to rock them joints, man, when all, like, you remember Chuck Chill Out used to say, it's time for the old school, you understand? And you should start cutting up breaks. Yo, my heart, I used to be like, man, this is what I like.
Chuck used to do this thing with them breaks, man. He the one that introduced us to so many of them records, all them Nafish records, all them records. None of them records, none of them guys. Maybe them other disco guys like Frankie Cullis and them would have played them records. But when Chuck made them records popular, them joints got big. I remember him making what's that guy's name that made that boom 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 boom.
Harold Faltermeyer.
Yeah, he made that popular.
Yeah.
Yo, chill out, man. Then when he dropped them breaks, man, it'd be crazy. Like, and it used to be clear for the pause tape, like clear. Crystal for you get the metal tape from Canal Street. Just hold your finger. What?
Yeah. Man.
That was them days, boy.
Extra P, did you do pause tapes?
Absolutely. I was nice with them. I'm doing pause tapes now on IG. My loops perfect.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm doing pause tapes on IG.
That's real. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, man, I'll tell you, boy. I'm telling you, there's something to it. Like, and it makes me question, right? And I know this is a very commercial idea, but they've done it with DJing. Should there be a school? Because what do you do with the technique? Like, here's a weird thing. When you knew analog, how do you explain that to somebody that never knew analog? How do you do that?
Right.
Well, when you put the needle on the record has the information that the needle plays. Like, see, that's the thing about it, man. It's just simple, man. When you explain it to them simply, man, and because they always crowd around the turntables when I'm doing it. They like, yo, OG, what you know, all of that. And I'm like, yo, just stand here and just look for a second and just watch. And then they get it, man. And then, yo,
right.
Look, man, I had this skateboarder come up to me, man. And like, this dude is like the biggest record collector now, man. He got, crazy records and he's cutting up the doubles and all of that, man. So I know there's, like, I'm in Germany, this 22-year-old kid comes up, he knows the Al Green record and he knows, I know, it's not a big population of them. He's a type, but it's, it's just, I know, like,
Yeah.
It's still living, man. It's still alive.
Yeah, I believe that. I solidly believe. I mean, I still put out 45s. I
Yeah.
still do that. Like I'm.
Yeah.
Shout out to
It's
Goo.
real. Yeah, shout out to Goo. I mean, you know, we make that happen. But yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
we just keep it going, man. We just keep it going, and just to you, my young brother. Yes,
Yeah.
we moving forward on the self-destruction too. You know, we
Absolutely.
had a little slowdown on the COVID thing, and we're doing a little thing with Toby, so we working that out. But yeah, we in full motion.
Well, I mean, but that beat that I gave you, man, that's the same. It's in the tune of self-destruction. If you
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
for real?
But you know the plan for your joint is Griselda, and now that I done learned about this stove cook, man, this man,
sweet. Yeah.
oh my God, this boy done made me
Stuffing. Yeah.
throw away a lot of rhymes. I threw away a lot of rhymes after I heard Stove go. I threw away a lot of stuff. Yeah, I threw it away. I said I'm not doing it right.
He was down
I'm not.
with Rhymes. Busta Rhymes had him at one time, like out there with him, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that boy bad, man. He's part of the redefinition of it, man.
What
I
about
see.
Marcy? What about Rock Marcy? You say?
Oh yeah. Rock. I mean, Rock been solid for a minute though, right? So that's a little different
No
kind
doubt.
of thing. But this boy got a different kind of. I mean, it's a little Dada Rocky, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I see it. That give me rock around and guaranteed you understand because I'm MC Dada Rock and no push and no shove. I need to throw down. It's enough for MC Dada Rock to go all around. I see that in him. You know, it's slick. It's so slick. I love that, man. And I love it because I can't do it.
Well, you just did it.
No, I did it because I was quoting Dada Rock.
Yeah.
You
You remember that? You remember that's what it was? A speed rap. That's what it was called. That's what.
Yeah. I mean, them boys, man. I went through this exercise. A few months ago where I was listening to like all of these records from Enjoy.
Woo.
And the balance on the vocals.
Grandmaster Flash.
The balance on the vocals was so good. I was like, did we ever beat this? Did we ever beat Love Rap like vocally, like vocal EQ mix? Did we ever beat Love Rap?
The production was sparse, so it wasn't all of the bells and whistles that we started having in it later on when we had the samples. Like it was just a.
But I'm talking about the vocal sound, right? This is a rapper accent. Like, am I better than what Spoonie sounds like on Love Rap, or am I better than what The Fearless sounds like on It's Magic? I don't think I sound better.
Maybe you need to get rid of that then, man, because that stuff that's already etched in stone, man. And when you saying, am I better than that? It's like, damn, man, come on, man. Like, let's etch something new in stone, man. Stop competing with that shit. Like,
I know. I mean, I'm going. I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm going. But I'm saying sonically that balance. Like I'm even some of the EQ and some of the reverb. You know. I mean, I like some of the stuff that we did in the 90s. I think we did a really good job. I like the Stetsasonic stuff because there was so many people in there. It was cool because it might.
What was the one where y'all used the Amen Brother real slow? The burn.
Oh, that's Bust That Groove.
Yo, that album.
That's Prince Paul though. That's Prince Paul. Like because we was determined. They told us we couldn't do it, and we were saying we're gonna use a record. And they were saying, no, you got to put it through the sampler. We was like, no, we're gonna use a record.
We just
and they didn't want us to do it, but Paul was determined.
Y'all was just throwing that stuff in.
Yeah, Paul was determined though. I mean, he was the youngest, but you couldn't stop what he wanted to do. Like
out of like all of us, like Pete Rock and Q, like a my generation. But then. Man, so because Jungle Brothers did their album like that, they like a lot of
time. I mean, well, with Stetsasonic it was so much. So you had DB had a lot of structure. He made Just Say Stet and all of that. So DB had a lot of structure in terms of like the way he did drum patterns and song what they call song sequence and all of that.
Y'all was using that little drum machine, the one with the 4 pads.
We was using a bunch of them. We had Tommy's Lindrum. We had a DMX at Calliope. Paul had that other thing that what was that thing Paul had? It was a Casio, but it sampled.
The Casio joint. That's
yeah, he had that.
SK5.
The SK5.
Yo,
DV had a few things. He had the Ensonic, and he had a couple of other keyboards. And then later on, I would end up buying stuff too. So we had all of this stuff that we used to just kind of bring together. But for us, it was how much of it is ours and how much of it belongs to somebody else. Because we knew we were going to have to perform, and we wanted to know what we owned.
Yo, Q-Tip told me he told me a story, and I think it's y'all that are responsible for like putting Bob Power on.
Yeah, it's us. I mean, we made Bob. We basically we went to, it was the studio on 37th Street named Calliope.
So busted. So Q-Tip told me, like, he was like, yo, like he was in a Jungle Brothers session and Bob was working or whatever, and they was kind of like, you know, they was feeling Bob, but they was like a little bit, you know, in between with Bob, and that he had saw like a plaque or something like of y'all's, like, and that Bob had mixed Go Stetsa,
right?
Like that he had jumped on the horn, like he was like,
yeah, Power was good. Power was good. He was slow, but he was good. I mean, but he fit later on with Quest. He fit a little better. I think he fit really well with D'Angelo because those kind of spirits kind of work together. With us, we move quicker.
Damn, I'm about to blank out. My phone about to blank out, man. We sitting talking this 2 hours, man. 2 hours.
Well, yo, I just dropped in to say peace anyway.
All right, thank you, Professor.
And we will speak soon, my brothers.
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Always most respect, man, for all of y'all. Peace and blessing.
Yeah, thank you, Extra P.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk soon.
All
right, peace. Where's Jennifer?
Oh, she's feeding a cat or something.
Gotcha. Wow.
Woo! Lord have mercy.
Celebrating 1 year in style, bro.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, jeez.
Celebrating one.
I'm here.
Hi, Kenny. Welcome back.
He was talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken, mashed potatoes. It made me hungry. So I ordered Kentucky Fried Chicken, mashed potatoes.
Man, don't support KFC. Come on. KFC ruined chicken. Now I like their sides, but man, their chicken is not good.
Well, Jen's got feeling a cold coming on, so she's gonna flush that right out with the mashed potatoes.
Are you feeling ill?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No.
I just said that because it's the extra P.
It's just because that's what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I did want to go. I did want to go back. I think was it Dre Mays? Did you say you were at the Revolverlution in store?
That's what I was wondering.
Chuck and Flav, was that in New York and Manhattan? Let me know because I was there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, crazy, but yes, no, that was man. And shout out to Extra P, Large Pro for indulging me in all my nerd questions. So
no, man, I hope you got some in. I mean,
that was great.
Yeah,
that was in Manhattan. Yes, Dre May. Yes, I was there, man. That's dope. That's crazy.
What's up.
Oh, shout out. What's up, Nick? How are you, bro? Yeah, man. That 2002, I think it was Revolverlution. So that was
got to give the
dope.
peeps what they need.
Yep, hype style. Shout out, bro.
Record.
Wow, super dope, man. Thank you guys. That was great, and I can't believe it's been a year already.
I know. 54 weeks in a row, bro.
That's great. That's good.
54 shows.
54 shows.
Not bad.
That last PE was the bomb. The most recent one, Grid. Thank you. Yeah. I'm just enjoying this. This is great. Basking in the glory.
I know Mr. Chuck's probably still listening because he likes to tune in for the after party here. He was talking up his relationship with Ice-T. I mean, I just want to throw that out there.
Yep. Coming soon.
I'll take either of the ices, T or Cube, either one.
Mr. Chuck, he had another guest that he wants to get on the show that he mentioned.
See,
Chuck,
he said,
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. So, get another guest idea. We'll have to talk about too. Which
Oh,
would be
good,
great.
good.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Is there dancing involved?
No dancing involved.
Lord.
Well,
Dude, this show has just been amazing.
It has.
I was going back through some of the episodes. I was like, "Jeez, there's so much gold in here."
Yeah,
so much.
It's been a hell of a first year, and thank you guys so much for being along for the ride and all the work that you've done to make the show what it is.
Well,
I appreciate it
more, but
we're
doing well.
Yep, and there will be more. There will be more to do. Yeah, man. I dropped my damn. This is still sealed, by the way, and I dropped it on the floor. God damn it!
Oh, Did you see CM?
Yeah,
CM said that wasn't the way to be dropping records.
I'm hoping it's okay. It's one of my favorite songs ever.
That's why it's still in the plastic.
That's why it's still in the plastic.
You want to keep it fresh.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So, we have a guest for next week. I will tell you guys.
Is that a rhetorical question?
We do
have a guest next week.
We do have a guest for next week.
Sweet.
Keep an eye out though, because there was a request to start the show a little earlier. So we will figure that out and let everybody know as soon as we know. And
my old ass is fine with that.
Yeah, sure. So it might be 8:00 next week for episode 55. But yes, we will do it again. And
same bat channel.
You gotta pay the bills, man. Come on.
Yep, gotta pay the bills. I almost forgot. Let's tonight's episode, as always, is brought to you by the Spit Slam Record Label Group. The Spit Slam Record Label Group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound. Yes, indeed. And also brought to you as well by the Rap Station app. Like I said at the top of the show, please like and subscribe if you like the show. We have there's always Channel Zero has a lot of has music videos, a lot of PE content for the PE fans, Public Enemy fans, and Spit Slam artist music videos and all kinds of fun stuff.
Is that POR video on there? The one you
No, that was that's I think they had their own channel. So
gotcha.
Yeah. Haven't seen that one in a while.
No, the Prophets of Rage video you redid.
Maybe. Yeah, because it wasn't. It might be. But there was a Slam Jams channel 2 once, and it might have been on that, but I don't quite remember. Yeah, CM, your girls are back. Yeah.
Well, they went with the first one was Girls 69, and this is 18. So.
Oh, they're regressing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's perfect given the fact that we're putting pedophiles back in office. But I'll let you all sign off and see all of the disaster that's happening.
All righty.
Oh Christ. Anyway,
yeah.
Well, the show might be illegal next year.
That's right. It'll be like Canada.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, hip hop. God bless hip hop. If you believe in that sort of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, thank you again. Thank you everybody deport Greg Abbott. Yep. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Thank you for everybody watching on the replay. And you can also follow us on social media. I'm on Instagram with the Davey J Show. There's also it's CDoc again, IG, and Jennifer O'Jenny, and so check the fighter on there too. Follow us on Instagram. Follow Spit Slam Records on Instagram as well, if you see fit. And thanks for everybody tuning in. Our 1-year anniversary episode of It's CDoc again. We'll see everybody next week. Peace.